Community actions like the mural on Haviland Street, they're really about a community saying there's people here, we love this place that we live, claiming that space as a new public space where people can meet and socialise. Also saying, you know, we want this to be a nice place to ride a bike or to walk.
We recently wrote a book called Building the Cycling City that talks about what various cities are doing to follow the Dutch. The Dutch have kind of been cycling for decades and decades and decades. Only now are Australian and North American cities starting to follow in their kind of tire track, build cycling cities of their own.
A lot of cities are starting to recognize that there are more and more people that want to use cycling and walking as the ways they get around their cities.
We always point to this latent demand of probably 70 to 80% of the population that would walk or cycle more if our streets were made more comfortable.
Well, I have to say that you're doing it really well in Bendigo. I've spent a lot of time looking at cycling and looking at how people do that and how that's activated. It's actually about the people who aren't biking yet, and the biggest issue is talking about kids who can't drive until they're 18. They can't be independent, they can't go and see their friends, and what biking does is allow that to happen. By doing that, it's the independence they create for themselves and their decision making away from the parents, and those are things that we're actually losing and missing out on a whole generation.
Now that we've got the path here, we've got, you know, our daughter learned to ride the day this path was built, and yeah, now kids just use it all the time.
When there's an opportunity for kids to be involved with physical activity, to get kids out and about and into the country, into the fresh air, I think is wonderful. It's also an opportunity for kids to learn how to feel safe and comfortable on a bike.
I like riding to school, but Mum doesn't let me go to school by myself. It's because there's busy roads.
The opportunities we see here is to have a space like this in a residential area that we can invite community members and families to come down and bring their bike, learn to ride or learn about what paths and connections are around Bendigo. Work on educating drivers and riders that we share the road and can work together to enjoy commuting or riding for leisure.